What's up, guys? Today I just want to see how fast, or maybe I should say how slow, the Cool One Lee TV Cool One, how fast or how slow the phone is, because I've been using it for as my daily driver for a couple of days, and then it seems faster, and I didn't see no lags, nothing. So I'm just wondering, why did I do a comparison like I did with the other phone? Maybe it's even faster than the Samsung Galaxy S6, or maybe it's slower. Maybe it's just, when you're using a phone, you can't really tell how fast or how slow the phone is. But when you compare with other devices, then you can see where your phone, where it lies in terms of comparison. I'm going to be using this phone versus the Samsung Galaxy on speed test. Basically, what I normally do when I do my speed test is I'm not the kind of person that likes to be clicking. I will just let it Google, Google Now. I just let Google Now does its job. When you click OK Google, things like that, you can just ask, do this, do that, and that works pretty well for me. And then I can tell there's no cheating, because while you click on app, at the same time, I don't think the way the brain works, I don't think it is a fair test. So I'm not gonna let Google go. I'm just gonna let Google does its thing, So I'm gonna switch both phone now. I'm gonna make sure nothing is running in background. I'm just gonna make sure I clear it. Yeah, that's it. This one too. Oh, nothing is running in background, as you can see. Both phones are running just like the way it came if you restart a phone. So what I'm gonna be doing now, I'm gonna be going to Google Now. Then, and one thing I noticed on this phone, before I start on this phone, there's no way you can change the default app to Google Chrome browser. I think their own app is called Browser. This is their own app here. There's no way you can change it to, there's no way you can change it to Google Chrome browser. I've tried everything I could. Nothing is working. I'm going to make sure I close everything. See, yeah, nothing is working. There's no way. I've tried. If you guys know how to change it, please, you can leave a comment. So, we help others. Some people might want to change the default browser, but I've tried. Maybe because this is Chinese version, I don't know. So oh, this is sleeping now. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna go to Google browser. The screen brightness, let me just put it up on both. Okay, so that's it. I need to zoom in a little bit. Switch on the camera. Yeah, so open speed test. Oh, you see what I'm saying? This phone is Snapdragon 652. It's 8 cores like the Samsung, but Samsung is running a Exynos version of the processor, and then a Exynos version to Snapdragon plus the number of cores Samsung is pushing. I think Samsung should be doing this job quickly, but this is just the beginning. So okay, maybe I should just run the test, the Wi-Fi test. They both connected to the same Wi-Fi, so maybe that will even give me an insight of, whoa. You see, when I talk about buying Chinese phone, let's say there's a way they cut corners, though this would not matter on day-to-day use, but as you can see, they're both connected to the same Wi-Fi, and then Samsung score 47.87 megabyte per second, while Lee Cool One Lee TV LeEco scores 28.53. That is just, those are the places where you expect the corners to be cut. So that's not what we're doing anyway. I just decided to run the test, so I have to go back. I will leave that to run in background. Go back to Google Now. Then let me just try a website. Open Argos website.
Opening web page.
Opening web page.
What's going on with the Samsung? This phone is actually performing better than the Samsung. I don't know why. And this is a budget phone considering the price, but I will give it mid-range. But we've just started, so let's just see. I'm gonna go back to Google. What is $10,000 in pounds?
10,000 United States dollars equals
10,000 United States dollars equals 7,667 British pounds and 65 pence.
You can see this phone Samsung is not having it all today. I don't know why. I expect Samsung to win, but I'm not disappointed that the Samsung is losing, so it's none of my business. Which one ever wins, I don't care, Okay. What is the weather right now?
It's 18 degrees and mostly cloudy in London.
They're not even... Okay, this one is setting my postcode wrong, and this one actually got it right. So, but it's not about which one which one got it right, because this is where I live and I don't live here. I don't know why this is telling me I live in southeast of London, but regardless, it's still loaded quicker. So I don't know. Okay, maybe let's try directions. Get me directions to London Bridge.
You've got a few choices. Tap the one you want.
What's going on? I'll try again. Get me directions to London Bridge.
There are a few choices.
Touch the one you
Tap
want.
the one you want.
Okay, well, let's see. Find me the nearest Chinese restaurant.
All right.
Here are the listings for the nearest Chinese restaurant within 0.4 miles.
Another thing I noticed is they both bring it the same, then different result. I don't know why. I'm guessing because one thinks I live further down and one thinks I live closer. So that's bound to happen anyway. But the LeEco is going head to head and is beating the Samsung, in my opinion. I don't know. Find me the nearest McDonald's.
Here are the listings for McDonald's within 2 miles.
It's still faster a little bit on LeEco. I don't know. Maybe. Let's try some mathematics. Multiply 5,000 by 16,000.
The answer is 80 million.
The answer is 80 million.
What's going on? Samsung, I don't know what's happened to you today. I don't know, you seem sluggish. Are you connected to the same Wi-Fi? I don't know. Because I purposely disabled mobile data. This haven't got my SIM card in it. So, I don't know what's going on. Open map.
Here you go, some matching pictures.
No, garbage. Okay, I will not count that. I won't count that. Okay, because I haven't allowed the map. That's why it's just. I'll leave the update for now. That's not what I want to do. Okay. I need to close this. Okay. Open Terminator. It started quicker on the. This is where all the cores comes in. All this multi-core when you're playing graphic intense game. This is where all the core will start pushing it hard. But let's see if Samsung can catch up, because it started quicker on the LeEco Cool one. So let's see. Wow, sorry Samsung, today is not your birthday. You're losing badly. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Okay, let's go to portrait mode so I can see it properly. What's going on, Samsung? Okay. What else? Okay. Open camera. I think it started quicker on the LeEco, but anyway, I just think Samsung is losing, in my opinion. You can tell me what you think. Samsung already lost on camera. I don't know. Though this is not the flagship phone, but regardless, this phone still costs more. Using the flagship phone would be like crazy because it's crazy expensive. You know, I got the Galaxy Note 7. I've returned it. I got the S7, but using this costs more. So people that still want to buy this in the market today, they will still have to pay a little bit more than this, because this cost me £350 now, and this is just less than £200. So okay, let's try another game. Open Modern Combat. I don't know, something is wrong. This is Snapdragon 652, and they both got 3 GB of RAM. Something is wrong. Samsung, I don't know. What's up? It loaded quicker on the Samsung, to be honest with this. You can see on the screen, it loaded quicker. But if I have to tap, it's just, I don't know, something is just wrong. But I'm impressed with this phone. You know, if you just want to buy, I'm going to drop the review in a couple of days, maybe in 2 days. I'm going to drop the review. I'm impressed with this phone. If you just want to buy, just buy. You know, you're not going to regret buying the phone. It's a very good phone. You know, it's a very good phone, and I think I'm going to need to stop it there. You know, so far so good. When I was using the phone, I saw that the phone is crazily fast. You know, I was thinking. And another thing is, I think they're supporting the phone more, because since I've got this phone, you know, I've had 3 updates since I've got the phone. 3 updates, firmware update, and I was like, wow. You know, so I think it's high time we start giving some Chinese OEMs credit. You know, they're trying very well now. I mean, to catch up with the big league players, and then, you know, I think very soon we're gonna see more of this thing coming out of China. You know, let's see. What about the Terminator? Let's see. Remember the earlier phone that wasn't Terminator anyway. That was I think Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat. You couldn't even load up, you know. But that's when you have to consider when you want to buy a Snapdragon processor or you want to buy the MediaTek. I'm not saying MediaTek is rubbish, you know, but I'm just saying that's what I feel. I think this phone actually does a great job, and I will praise this phone for as long as I can, because I'm not representing nobody. I'm not working for nobody. I just buy tech to review tech. That's all I do. So this phone for me is a very good phone. Well, guys, that's all I got to show for you guys today. Thank you very much, and I will see you in my next video. God bless. Bye.